and Steel Trap. Her form to date has been really good, and I think she can secure a win on Saturday.
Up on the inside, Steel Trap goes to the lead from Brave Design. Steel Trap, the filly has her way, and Steel Trap wins.
Cleo Cat for me in the Proud Miss, race number 7. And if you're looking for my tip in the Goodwood, I'm with Reserve Bank.
But it's Cleo Cat with 100 to go. She's 2 lengths in front, Flyer's running on, but Cleo Cat's going to be too good for Flyer, and Bridal Waltz gets third.
And I think she's just the most progressive mare in the field with the most potential, so I'm happy to be with Floozy.
Floozy hit a slender lead. It's Floozy just in front. Scud very late. Floozy's won the Silk Stocking, beat Scud.
Six weeks profit in a row. Come on. Yes. At the moment, I look and feel like the disco time kid.
You know what time it is? Disco time.
I'm going to be honest, I'm celebrating like my team won the grand final because I'm scared for this week. I couldn't find too many edges at all. 6 this week, 1 at Flemington, 1 at Scone, 2 at Morphettville, 2 at Doomben. I'm staying disciplined. Hopefully we can get some winners. Let's get into it. Oh, I almost forgot about the Fan Cup. This is how the leaderboard is looking. We've got Admiring Earth and Razzle Dazzle well clear of the rest. Admiring Earth has had a brilliant start to May, tipping Enter the Dragon last week at Gosford at double figures. Good tip, mate. Hopefully you can back it up this week. If you want to join in the Fan Cup by commenting your best bet down below, here are the rules to do so. It's completely free at no cost, and you might get a chance to have your name on the leaderboard. So participate in the Fan Cup if you want to. Now on to the bets. Kicking off at Flemington in race 3 with horse number 10, Cuisine. 0.5 units to the win on at 750. This was her last start win at Sandown over 3 weeks ago, and a benchmark 70 for fillies and mares over 1200. Steps up to a benchmark 78 over 1200 for fillies and mares. So not much of a jump up in class. Drops down 2 kilos in weight off this performance and settled 3 wide no cover on this day. So to be able to fend them off around Lakeside, I thought was a good effort. Has won 4 from 7 in its career, which is a good strike rate. Everyone loves last start winning mares, especially because this horse has won 3 of her past 4. The obvious query is the Flemington straight. She's never seen it before, and drawn gate 4 of 15 down the straight isn't ideal either. But I just think she's a horse that's going places and can progress to a new level this start. So Cuisine is the first bet on Saturday. Gotta wait till the last at Scone. Race 10, number 16, Gallant Star. 1.5 units the win on at 420. This was Gallant Star's last start effort at Hawkesbury on a heavy 8 track behind Cool Jakey. Now loomed up as if it was going to go past Cool Jakey. Paid $2.50 on this occasion, so was right in the betting and just couldn't go past him. Looked to peak on its run a little bit late. Drops down to the 1300 metres from 1400 metres, which it faced here, which I think is extremely beneficial. From gate 5, gets a nice cozy run up on speed. Goes from a benchmark 88 to a listed race, so a fair step up in class here. However, gets a little bit of weight relief because of that, and I think Gallant Star can take out the last at Scone. Race 7, Morphettville. I'm with horse 5, Prince Zero. 2 units the win on at 340. This was his last start run behind LOU at Moonee Valley on a pretty wet track. Now, it was well suited on this day because it was on the inside and up on speed, which is where he needed to be, but it just got beaten by an extremely good progressive horse in LOU. Beat everything else comfortably. Look, this was a benchmark 84, now drops back to a benchmark 72, goes up 6.5 kilos in weight for that reason. So I don't mind it because it's dropping back a long way in class. Gate 11 has been ridden very aggressively to lead its past 2 starts. So maybe from gate 11 the jock can do the same again and either settle outside the leader or in the 1 out 1 back position. That'll be ideal. I can't believe they put Iron Velvet up favourite. This horse still does a lot wrong, has no gear changes and draws gate 1. So if it misses the start again, I think that puts our horse Prince Zero in a very good position to be taking out race number 7. This is reluctantly my best of the day on Saturday because I think it's tough. Race 8, number 6 at Morphettville. Get Along, 2 units the win on at $5. This was Get Along's most recent run at Moonee Valley behind New York Luster. and beating Deep Float Diva, was up on speed, so it was well suited to the pattern of the day. However, still stuck on very well first up on some testing conditions. I think second up will be fitter and stays at the 1,000 metres, which I like, and use its good early speed from the outside draw to sell in a non-speed position. 56 kilos with the claim. I think, yeah, it's going to be my best result on Saturday, but it's also accepted and hasn't been scratched yet from Cranbourne on Friday night. So, look, I think they'll go to Cranbourne, but just in case they go to Morphettville, I want to be on. It's that time of the week, it's last man standing. As most of you would know, this competition has now come to a close for the 2025 autumn, and none of us caught up to Sky High Horse Racing. He wins by over $1,000, doing it quite comfortably from about mid-March, getting two big results 2 weeks in a row. Vinny finishes in second, Sharon third, me fourth, and Nikki in fifth. So that was the 2025 autumn last man standing results. Hopefully we can start the 2025 spring last man standing up at about August time, so stay tuned for that. Race 2 at Doomben, number 10, Winsome Star, 2.5 units the win on at $3.40. And this was his most recent win at Eagle Farm in a Class 1 over 1,400 metres. Now steps up to a benchmark 78 over 1,350. So to step up in class, this run was in late March. So it's had 7 weeks, let's say, in between runs. It's had 2 trials to get ready for this. It actually had its first trial on the 8th of May and its most recent trial on the 13th of May. So it's going to be 4 days in between trial and race, which I see as a bit of X factor. I've had some luck with these benchmark 78 1,400 metre races in the past with Tabs and Floozy, so hopefully Winsome Star can add to that winning tally. Finishing off the day in a good race, the Doomben 10,000, and I'm with the mare Benedetta, 1 unit the win on at $5, and this was her last start run at Randwick in the Group 1 All-Age Stakes behind Jimmy Star. Didn't disgrace herself on this day, only finished 2.5 lengths off Jimmy Star 5th. Has had a nice trial at Doomben in between runs. Blinkers go on again. I think that'll fire her right up. Not in a bad way, just in terms of performance, it can fire her up. Gate 8, we'll get a nice flowing run, midfield, off the rails, and be there when it all counts, I suggest. If this track stays wet, it's got some good wet track form. 2 starts ago, ran second behind Schwartz, beating Jimmy Star at the Valley on a soft 6. Jamie Mellon takes the ride. Benedetta is my tip and bet in the Doomben 10,000. It's time now for the Let It Ride. Last week, Steel trapped the place, was able to do the job. Now we're up to 1,600 and something. This week, I'm going for Morphettville Race 8, number 6, Get Along to place, currently at $2. So if it runs and runs a place, will be over $3,000 for the Let It Ride. However, I'm more than likely Get Along's going to be scratched from Morphettville and run at Cranbourne. So if that's the case, I'll say it in my video. Winsome Star the place is going to be my replacement Let It Ride bet if Get Along doesn't run at Morphettville. Thanks everyone for watching this week's preview. It's going to be a 9.5 unit spend with these selections. Depending on deductions, Get Along winning could put us in front no matter what. If we get 1 out of 6 and that one is Get Along, we could finish in front. However, as I've said numerous times, I don't think Get Along's going to run, but then we'll be down to 7.5 units spend, and depending on deductions, Winsome Star getting up 1 out of the 5 could mean we make a profit no matter what. It's all going to be interesting come race morning when the final scratchings come through. We'll probably know tomorrow because Get Along runs at Cranbourne Friday night, so it's going to be a good weekend of racing. Great racing at Doomben with the Group 1. Scone's got good racing. Morphettville's got decent racing. Flemington's got decent racing. Thanks everyone again for watching the preview, and until next week's preview, bye for now.